Welcome to Skinterviews. I'm George Scandalis.
And I'm Nathan Strong.
We got an amazing guest lineup today on Skinterviews, and we want to start by saying thank you for watching. To everybody that's been following along this new journey of ours, we absolutely love it and support your business and support you the same way that you've been supporting us while we've been doing this. So Skinterviews, again, just to let you know what we're all about. We want to get to know the people that are in our industry. We want to get to know the people that are even beyond our industry, but we want to get to know them in a real way, not just a professional way. We want to know everything about them personally. So we want to get in there and ask all the questions that maybe you were curious to ask, but didn't want to ask because you didn't want to cross professional lines. We have no problem doing that. So our guest today, she's hot, she's spicy, Dr. Romy Saibil. Bring her in. Where's she at?
Hey, Romy. Hi, guys. Hi, Nathan. Hi,
Hello.
George. Thanks for having me. But more
Thanks for
importantly,
being here.
thank you. And thank
How
you
you
for
doing?
getting me. I'm doing great now because I showered, I put on makeup, and I did my hair for the first time in 5 weeks.
Wow.
So thank you.
Natural? You don't wake up like that?
I don't wake up like this, no, unfortunately.
Wow, I don't believe it. I've never seen you look bad.
Oh, gee, thanks, George. You only come when I have hair and makeup done.
I'm going to show up at your house one morning at 8 a.m. with Nathan.
You might be scared. You might get a little fright.
We're so excited to have you on the show.
Thanks. I'm so excited to be here. I love this show, and I can't wait to see more episodes. So thanks for having me on here.
Anything you want to know about us before we learn about you?
Let's see. Okay. Can I really ask you anything?
Anything.
Quick question. What have you guys been doing over the last 5 weeks in 2 sentences each?
Go ahead, Nathan.
I've been spending time with kids. My alcohol consumption's gone up a bit, and I've been a little bit anxious, to be honest.
Wow, Nathan, make me look bad. I'm going to keep it all concise in 1 sentence. I'm getting fat.
I hear you, George.
As much food as I can eat and a drink with good friends. Cheers, everyone. What are we
Cheers,
drinking?
guys. Cheers, cheers.
It's a good health.
It's a good
All right, Romy, you ready to start?
Yes.
Let's go with the basics.
Okay.
What was your name at birth? Is it Romy Saibil? Do you have a middle name?
Yes, Beth is my middle name.
Romy Beth Saibil.
Yes, no one calls me Beth except my mother.
And were you named after anyone? Does your name have any special meaning?
Sadly, no. There's no special meaning. It was taken after an actress, Romy Schneider. She was an Austrian and German and French actress in the 60s, and they liked the name, and she was blonde, apparently. I don't know. Came before my time. And they just copied the name. So no special meaning. It's not short for anything. It's just Romy.
Romy Beth Saibil. I love it. And you're named after Romy Schneider. Okay, birth city. Were you born in Toronto?
Yes, I was born in Toronto. Yes, born and raised.
All right. And so we know, obviously, that you've got a mom and a dad because you were born. Do you have sisters, brothers?
I have 2 sisters. I'm the eldest of the 3 of us.
Are they
no
in the
brothers?
profession?
Pardon?
Are they in the medical profession as well?
Well, my sister, younger than me, is a lawyer, and the next one after that is a psychologist.
Perfect. So you guys have it all covered, the trifecta.
We do. Yeah.
That's amazing. Tell me about your family. You're married with kids?
Married with kids. My husband's a physician too.
Okay.
He's a radiologist, and he just got called in today for a shift tomorrow that he wasn't scheduled for because apparently they need more staff. I have 3 children, and the oldest is 14, then almost 12, and I have a 7.5-year-old.
Wow. Was your husband your first love?
Yes.
Called in. Wasn't he called in? No?
No, tomorrow's his shift.
Okay, well, tell me then about your first kiss. How old were you and how awkward was it?
Well, let's just go back to first love. First love was then married to my best friend's younger sister. My best friend who I grew up with since I was 5 years old. And it was just total coincidence that he met my friend's younger sister, like way later in life. They got married, and I recently found out they split up.
So that answers where he is today. Okay,
Yeah.
was he your first kiss?
It was my first everything.
Boom, we're breaking the internet today. You know what? I'm gonna drink to that right there.
Well, I'm drinking to that too.
Okay.
Okay, let's take it back a little bit now. I've got some photos to show you, Romy, that you sent through to us.
Okay, let's see.
Can you see these ones here?
I can.
So talk us through these two lovely little photos of you when you were obviously younger.
So the one on the left where I'm wearing that plaid, I think it's called like a Raggedy Ann doll dress. I think I had the doll that matched it. It was in my first house, and I don't know, there's not much to say except that I was a natural blonde, as you can tell.
Yeah. You were a cute kid, very
not
cute.
Not bad. I was pretty cute. Actually, when I asked my mom for the picture of me in the Halloween costume, which is the one on the right, she forwarded me the one on the left because she said, Romy, look how gorgeous you were. I'm like, okay, Mom, I'll send it to Nathan too, since you're sending it with the one on the right. So the one on the right is me dressed up as a doctor in my dad's scrubs when I was 9 years old. And I'm at a friend's Halloween party. And actually that friend happened to come visit me today with social distancing. She came to give me a birthday present because it was my birthday on Saturday.
No way.
Yes. Yes. It was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
We'll drink to that as well.
Okay, let's drink to it.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
We should have called this Lush Interviews.
So growing up, did you always want to be a physician?
Always. All my spare time was spent in my dad's office. My dad was a physician too.
Yeah. Hence
the costume. And I just, any moment I could spend at his office in his hospital, I did. And I just loved it. And there kind of was no question that I was going to become a doctor. It was in the blood. My grandfather was a doctor too.
Awesome.
My mom was a nurse. So it was kind of in the blood. And I knew no one else would. So, you know, I had to carry the torch.
Love it. So what elementary school and high school did you go to?
So I went to elementary school in Toronto, Denlow Public School. And after that, I went to Winfields Junior High School. And then I went to York Mills.
Awesome. And were there any like teachers that stood out or role models at the time?
Sadly, not anyone is coming to mind. High school. You know, okay. So to be fair, like not one teacher stood out, but I do have to say I kind of had like a admiration for somebody who was a couple years ahead of me in high school. Another like fellow student, but she was a couple years ahead of me. And it turned out that she ended up going into medicine. And just to make a long story short, she ended up being my partner in business in a medical spa for over 10 years.
Oh, wow.
So there wasn't a teacher, but, you know, she made an impression. So she reached out to me at some point after years later, and we ended up meeting up. And I was like, oh, my God, I always looked up to you. You were older than me and you went into medicine. And anyway, so that was the story of that. No teacher, though.
And any other heroes apart from your father, obviously? I'm guessing he was one of your heroes.
Yeah. I think he was my biggest hero and still is, actually.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. And let's go to the funniest story while growing up, or funniest story.
Okay. So growing up, there's a lot of funny stories, but I think my funniest story is when I was in med school. So what some people don't know about me is that during med school, I had a part-time job, and it was being an actress. I was into acting. So med school and residency. And I had a gig where I had to, how do I say it politely? I had to dress like a hooker and act like a hooker after a night's bender. So I went and filmed the scene in downtown Toronto. Sorry, I was on my way to film the scene, and I already had hair, makeup, the outfit on. And the call time for the shoot was 6 a.m. And at that time, I was in Hamilton at the time doing residency. And I was driving in, and I got pulled over by the police. Let me just give you an image. I had literally worked the night before in scrubs, and then the next morning had to put on high heel black boots, heavy, heavy, heavy makeup, and really the most inappropriate outfit probably I've ever worn. And the cops pulled me over in Toronto, downtown Toronto, on the way to the shoot. And it was on Queen Street. So one car pulled me over, and the next thing I know, a second police car pulls in front of me. So I boxed in now with one police car in front of me, one behind me. And now the crowds, because I've been there for an hour, they're taking my license and they're cross-checking to see if I stole the car.
Oh,
and
no.
next thing you know, a third cop car pulls up and like literally boxes me in. And people are just walking along the beach and forming a massive crowd to see what is going on with the sirens. Like the lights were going. And I am bawling my eyes out because I am now late for the shoot. I missed the call time. They're very strict about call times. And I'm crying, but I had this heavy black makeup on, like you wouldn't believe. And it is streaming down my face where I'm trying to tell the officer who's asking me whose car this is and where I'm going at 6 a.m. dressed like this. And I'm trying to explain to him I'm actually a medical resident and my part-time job is an actress. And he was buying none of it. Like, absolutely none of it. Anyway, I had to talk to them, and like literally they had to figure out that I was legitimately going to an acting job. And they felt so bad after because I was heaving and sobbing that they drove me to the shoot. And now the whole shoot is waiting for me. And they had these big, massive lights. And they see me escorted and in the back of the cop car. They took my car away because what tipped them off is that my expiry date had expired by a month. So I had to go in the back of a cop car, which I don't know if you've ever been, but there's not a lot of room there. And I'm pretty small. Anyway, the cop car escorted me to the shoot. I had black makeup, and it was a bit of a nightmare and funny all at the same time. That's my funniest story.
Wow. Can I check here for a second? Two things. One, yes. You remind me of Reese Witherspoon. And two, where can I see the scene of you dressed as a hooker?
And what? What was the
where
second
can I see the scene of you dressed as a hooker? Where was this for? What was it?
It was actually a like a student film, like a Ryerson student film. I don't even remember what it was. I don't even have the reel of it. So I don't know what it was for, but I borrowed the clothes. I don't have the clothes. And Reese Witherspoon, I get that a lot. I've been told that like probably more when I was younger, but I've been told that a lot. I've had someone ask me for my autograph, and I've had someone take a picture of me when I was in California because I think they mistook me for Reese Witherspoon, but I don't see it. But people tell me all the time.
That's so awesome. So you were a Ryerson student then?
No, I wasn't. They just hire actors and actresses. I had an agent at the time, and so it was a non-union project, and so they go through the audition, and I got the job, and yeah.
Cool. And so tell us a little bit about university.
It was fun.
Were you a good student, a well-behaved student, or were you a more of a partier?
Really?
Or is this a leading question?
I think it's a leading question. Well, I eventually became a really good student, like well-behaved student. I was always a good student, but university was fun. It was a lot of fun. A little too much fun.
Tell me something. Okay, so let's well, now we know a little bit about you growing up. We know that you were an absolute good time back then. And for those of you that are getting to know you, I've had drinks with you before, and I know that you're an absolutely good time right now. We've never have gotten wild together, but we're going to get wild together. And we
seriously haven't, George. I can't believe it.
We have to get a little
Nathan
wild.
and I have hung out a little bit together.
Yeah.
We hung out, but you know.
I mean, if I go out with if it's the three of us that go out, I'll probably sleep under the table and you two will keep going. Yes. I'm a lightweight.
Well, but I'm a lightweight too, but I keep going.
I love that. Okay, so let's say, you know what? COVID finishes and you're hosting dinner.
Oh, God.
3 people you're hosting dinner, and what are you cooking?
Seriously? Okay, firstly, I'm not cooking. I'm catering. I'm just... Like, honestly, whenever I used to date guys, I'd be like, guys, I don't cook. Like, right from the beginning, I don't cook. I don't have patience. I don't have time. So I will cater it.
Okay.
Who would I have over? Jeez, that's hard. I don't know.
Anybody, living, dead, anyone in the world.
Okay, well, it probably would change month to month, year to year, but right now I'm gonna go with I'd probably have Bradley Cooper over.
Ooh. I'm coming.
Sorry. You're more than welcome, George.
All right, that's one.
Two. Who would be two? That's a really good question. Gotta think.
We're gonna come back to it. You think about it.
Okay, well, number two, I know who number two would be, and it would be Dr. Doris Day, who's a dermatologist out of New York.
Okay.
So I've recently connected with her. I saw her at a couple talks at some conferences, and I met her and her husband, and she's an amazing dermatologist out of New York. And she's been kind of like a tiny little bit of a mentor to me, and kind of have like a secret crush on her. She's like amazing and sophisticated and smart and like really successful in her field, which is dermatology. And actually during this quarantine, I started reading, and one of the books that had been on my night table piling up forever was a book that she had written called Beyond Beautiful. And so I started reading. It's really great. I'm halfway through the book, and I posted on my Instagram that I was reading it, and she reached out to me, and it was really nice. And now we've been chatting over this quarantine. And so I hope to see her in New York when this is all over and done.
So we got Bradley Cooper.
Yes.
We got the dermatologist.
Yes. Do I have to have them at the same time, by the way?
Yeah, I would think so.
Oh, okay. So third one I need to think about.
All right. Well, we'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it. Let me think about it.
Okay. What do you like to do in your spare time? Do you have any hobbies?
Well, as of late, I've been doing a lot of TikToks with my daughter.
Okay. What's your TikTok? Say it so we can find you.
Oh, God. I think this is Romy Saibil. Okay. A little embarrassing. My name. I don't post a lot on there, but she makes me do them. And she's a really hard teacher and director, and she's very hard on me. There's a couple of them that I posted on my Instagram work page too. But boy, she's like, Mommy, you just can't get it. How many times do we have to do this? You're doing this wrong. It's not here, it's here. And anyway, so I've been doing TikToks with her. What else am I doing? Reading and focusing on my career and my future.
I love that. I love that. We're going to get into your career and future stuff. I'm going to let Nathan go into that. But tell me, as Romy, what is the first thing you do when you wake up?
Oh my God. Really? I don't know if this is like the real answer.
The real answer.
Really? I'm embarrassed to say I check my phone.
That's what your real answer is? That's what
everyone does.
Well, I try to go back to sleep. I go back to sleep during this whole thing because why can't I sleep in? This is the time to sleep in. And I watch a lot of TV at night, so I feel like I'm staying up later than usual. So I try to sleep in. I check my phone, and then I can brush my teeth. I know it's not very glamorous.
Oh, fair enough. That's like 90% of people.
Right? I mean, what else are you doing when you wake up?
Fair enough. So let's go into the business side of things. So we kind of know the defining moment that led you into medicine. It was obviously your family, and a big part of that was your father. But what's one thing that people don't know about your profession that you wish they did know about?
You mean consumers in the business or people who work in the business?
Anyone. Let's go consumers.
Okay. Well, I think what consumers don't know is that there's a lot of collaboration and a lot of learning and a lot of teaching behind the scenes. So a lot of people have asked me like how I'm keeping busy if I'm not working, and I'm doing a lot of webinars and learning, which is probably more than usual, but in general, I still go to a lot of conferences, and there's always learning and lectures and constantly updating your skills. So I don't think consumers know how much there is behind the scenes of actually doing your treatments as there is with learning and doing the courses and collaboration with other physicians.
Cool, cool. No, and that's a great answer. And this is one of the reasons why George and I wanted to do Skinterviews, is we wanted to show the world the bubbly personalities that work in our wonderful industry and what makes our industry so special, but also how hardworking everyone is in our industry and how much pride that they put into what they do on a day-to-day basis for their patients. I think it's so important that we highlight that.
Yeah, I don't think people know that. Like when I even tell my friends, like, I'm so busy right now. They're like, what are you busy? You're not seeing patients. I said, I'm learning every single day. There's a new topic. There's a new lecture. They can be from Toronto, Canada, the US, from overseas, from England. Like there are people teaching and doing lectures and collaborations. I have meetings with other doctors that are close to me, close to home, that we're talking about the situation and just really putting our heads together and collaborating, which is really cool.
Cool, cool. Now, the next question, this could be big for you soon, because I know you've got plans to maybe move into a new clinic, or
yes,
which is great, and which is great. And so, running a business for people out there that are watching this, that are wanting to get into the industry or just starting in the industry, you as a business owner, what are you looking for when you're looking to hire people in this industry?
That's a great question, because I'm dealing with it right now. I personally am looking for somebody who's hardworking and, for me, self-motivated. I can't tell you how important self-motivation is. There is nothing I hate more than having to tell someone more than once, more than 2 times, what I need done. I already have my 3 kids that I have to nag to pick up their clothes off the floor. I don't want to nag anyone else to do something that I need done. So I really, really like somebody who is self-motivated. Once they know what they need to do, just go ahead and do it.
That's awesome. Awesome. Tell me something that pisses you off about our industry.
The competition.
In what aspect?
Well, okay, so as much as I love all the collaboration and I love all my colleagues, there is a hint of competition. And, you know, even between the different specialties, like between the, you know, the subspecialty, the plastic surgeons, the dermatologists, the family doctors, there's always that little bit of competition. And even between people, if there's like the same specialty, there's a bit of competition. And I guess I would say to everyone, like, there's enough for everyone. There's just enough. So you don't need to compete. And, you know, that's what I would say. I think the competition is the only aspect that I don't like.
You know what? We feel that a lot, both Nathan and I think actually on our side of the world too, that are in sales and we are in education, and you know, we're professionally pinned against each other. But you'll find that one of the big things that we wanted to do with Skinterviews is to bring everybody into the same space, to get to know everybody, so that we break down those walls and we have an understanding that, hey, you know what, we're all putting food on our table from this. Right. And enough on our plates for everybody to eat from.
Exactly.
Kind of dignity and respect. And I think that if you lead that way in the industry, which I know you do, and I know that Nathan does, and that's why, you know, we're partnering up together on this, is that you'll find that you gain a new outlook on it, and the people that act that way, they end up fizzling themselves out.
I couldn't agree more.
I love that. Well, I know you mentioned you look up to the dermatologist in New York, and can you mention your name again for me? Sorry,
say it again.
Dr. Doris Day.
Doris Day, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So I know that you look up to her. If you were giving advice to a younger Romy, like if you were Dr. Doris Day, and you want to hear some advice from her to you, what is it you would say? What would you say to your younger self?
I think I would say that time goes very quickly, and to enjoy every aspect, don't always look ahead. Don't try to wait for time to be over and to get somewhere. Enjoy the ride as well as the destination.
Amazing.
I love that.
Yeah, because I know now, like, time just seems to go on fast forward. And my dad used to say that, and I was like, what are you talking about? So I get it now. Everything goes on fast forward as you get older. And I wish I had, stopped to smell the roses and really enjoyed every step of the way instead of always worrying about what's in the future.
Cool. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the elephant in the room. We'll bring up COVID-19.
Okay.
And we'll talk, like, how is that affecting your business at the moment, and what are you doing to sort of pivot around this virus that has hit the world the way it has?
So my business is shut down, basically. I'm not doing any injections, which is 99% of my business. I'm not seeing patients anymore in the office, and I'm not seeing patients at all. I am doing some virtual consultations. I am selling products. I'm selling skincare products and Latisse. And that's been awesome, actually. And it's great because I use the products anyway, and it's been an easy transition. People have sent me messages on Instagram asking about my skincare routine because literally it has never been as good as it has while under this quarantine. Life is busy, and I think that my skin takes a second seat to everything else. But while we're in this quarantine, I'm like obsessed with skincare routine. So it's actually really been good for me and good for patients who buy my products.
I love that answer. I love it. So COVID again, we'll take it away from your business. What do you think you're going to do differently personally after COVID? What's something that's going to change in your life because of this experience?
Changing my life or changing business respects?
No, from a personal point of view.
From a personal point of view. So I loved hugging my friends before. I'm going to hug them even more now because it's one of the things I'm missing the most, is the physical contact with my friends and family.
Amen.
Right? Like, it was my birthday Saturday, and people came to visit, like, from the street, and I was up at my door, and all I wanted to do was give them a big freaking hug and kiss, and I couldn't. It was like a big tease. So I will do that even more, and I'll hug even longer. Hold tight. And yeah, I really miss going to restaurants. I have to admit.
Yeah.
I miss good food made by other people. I miss going out. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I really miss my lash person, my hair person, and my nail person. I would admit it right now. I suck at doing manicures, although from far it probably looks good. And yeah. So I will appreciate them all more than I did before. And I actually really, really have come to appreciate how much I miss work and how much I miss seeing my patients. It's been a real void in my life, and I will never take it for granted that I can work and love what I do and love who I see and love my patients, and really appreciate that I have that ability to love what I do and love who I see and appreciate it way more than I did before. I knew I was lucky before, but now I know I'm, like, exceptionally lucky.
I want to talk to you about mental health, because mental health awareness is massively on the rise right now.
Yes.
Today. And yes. I think that in one aspect or another, we are all affected with mental health issues. There's days we don't want to get out of bed. There's days we don't go to bed because our mind is working too much. And so you're a busy professional. Obviously, your husband is as well. You have 3 kids at home. How do you deal not only with your own mental health, but your children's and the people around you? And, you know, what does that entail for you? What are some of the coping mechanisms you use on a day-to-day?
Well, firstly, it was shocking that I myself have had issues. I'm an extrovert. I like going out. I like seeing people. So this has been super hard for me. There have actually been times when I have not wanted to get out of bed and not have the motivation to get up and go. This is not my ideal situation, and I'm really feeling it. So I let people around me know I'm not feeling so great. I need to get out. I don't know what to do. And my husband was awesome. He said, get the hell out of bed and go for a walk outside. And then we also created a little gym that we didn't have before. And I started working out, and holy crap, what a difference. Oh my God. So now I'm working out, and that's huge. I go for a walk every day outside with the fresh air. That's huge. My kids are relatively well given the situation, but I have to check in with each of them individually. They're doing school online, which has been great, but they're not seeing their friends. And I can see sometimes they're hesitant to FaceTime or connect with their friends. And I can see that it's hard for them too. It's really hard, actually. But we all kind of band together and talk about it and talk about what we're missing and how we can make things better and what we can do to cope. And it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge, but everyone's doing great now. The kids are amazing, and I force them to reach out to their friends. And we do fun things. We try to make it fun, and we talk about what's in our future, which hopefully is going to be amazing. And hopefully this will all be put behind us, and it'll be a great experience hanging out together. We play video games together. We play board games. We've been playing a lot of Clue, which has been fun, and bring me back to the old days. And watch a lot of movies. Actually, Friday night we're scheduled to see Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Last week we watched 16 Candles, totally inappropriate for kids. Big time mom fail. Big time fail. But whatever, was a thought that counts. We all got together. It's very rare that we all get together and have nothing to do, so we've been taking advantage of that too.
I've got a picture of your kids.
Oh yeah, there they are. That was on my birthday. April quarantine birthday. The 2020 has toilet paper rolls. In the 2020 has the zeros. Yeah. My kids don't like being videoed or photographed, but especially when they put on sweatshirts that say "Stay the F away" or "Please stay the F home." But they were a good sport about it. They were a good sport about it. It was a fun birthday given the scenario. The situation, yeah.
All right, well, Romy, we're getting to the end of our interview. So at the end of our interview, we like to do our quick fire questions.
Ooh, okay.
We don't want you to put any thought into this. We want you to say the first thing that pops into mind when I say it.
Okay.
And just answer as honest as you can.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yes, I think.
First celebrity crush.
Ricky Schroeder.
Were you bullied growing up?
No.
Were you called Saibil Stable?
Yes. Or unstable Saibil.
Last lie you told to your children?
Yeah. I don't know if it's appropriate for
Is it more inappropriate than the hooker story? All right, tell me your hidden talent.
Well, I'm an actress on the side. I always had a passion for acting.
Okay, black or white?
Which color do I prefer? Obviously black.
Red or blue?
Red.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Mom or dad?
Don't kill me. Are you crazy? This is going to be public. They'll divorce after this. They already did, but yes. But they got back together. That's a whole other episode, guys.
Stuck in isolation for 12 more weeks. Who would you take with you?
My dog.
All right. Stuck in isolation for 12 more weeks. Who do you take? George or Nathan?
Oh, come on, both of you. Don't I get both of you?
No, just one.
I take both of you.
You can only pick one.
Come on. It's not fair.
All right. Who do you nominate for us to interview next?
Oh, okay. What are the parameters?
Anybody.
Anyone that you think would be great on the show, yeah.
Who would be great?
Can you get us Doris Day?
No, I don't think I can. She was just on Kelly and Ryan.
Who are they?
Calling Kelly and Regis before. No, I was calling it Kathy and Regis before. So I'm really dating myself. But Kelly and Ryan, she was just on. So I don't. No offense, not yet. Maybe when you're huge. What about Nathan Rosen, Dr. Rosen?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, I can help you. I can do that. I can put in a call, put in a few words. He'd be great.
Okay, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Vodka or tequila?
Vodka.
Nathan or me?
Both of you at the same
Oh.
All right. Lastly, tell us about your skincare routine. What are you using? What are you doing? Products you're obsessed with?
Well, since I'm a crappy skincare person, right now I'm using my Vivier Grenzine on my face.
Not a girl.
But I'm avoiding the eye because I'm trying to preserve whatever eyelashes extensions I have right now. I'm like desperate to hold on to them. So once they're all off, I will start using that. I do the neck because God knows, you know, your neck can't tell all. And I'm using the Retinol 1% from Vivier. And when my skin gets really dry, the moisturizer. I'm basically using the Signature Kit. And then I end with my Latisse because I need my lashes back.
Amazing.
And that's kind of what I'm doing right now. That's really it, actually. Morning routine sucks. We're not going to admit to anyone I do nothing in the morning.
We've got to work on that. We're going to work on that.
I know. But I work out in the morning. So what's the point of putting on products before I work out?
Well, if you use your vitamin C in the morning, which you should, once it's in your skin, you can't sweat it out and you can't wash it. So start with that, especially because when you're sweating and all the heat and all that stuff, it's an excess of free radicals. So it's going to protect your skin while you work out too.
Ooh, but when I wipe it, is it going to get in my eye? Because I'm like sweating like a pig when I'm on the elliptical and I'm like dripping in sweat. Your
Grenzine serum is going to absorb completely into the skin.
Okay.
And then do it the first thing you wake up while you're looking at your phone, Grenzine serum.
In bed, okay.
All right, so if anybody wants to reach out to Romy Saibil, Dr. Romy Saibil, I should say, you can reach her on Instagram at Romy Saibil MD. Definitely check out her website, www.romysaibilmd.com. Romy, I absolutely love you, and I thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thanks, George. Thanks for having me, guys. You actually got me out of sweatpants, and I actually washed my hair and put on makeup. So I thank you guys for making me human again.
No, thank you for bringing so much X Factor to the show. We really appreciate it. You're an absolute legend.
Oh, yeah, right. But thank you. Thank you guys so much.
Well, thank you for watching.
I'm joining you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for watching Skinterviews today. Again, I'm George Skandalis. My other host is Nathan Strom, and we had Romy Saibil on today. Make sure to follow us on Facebook. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. Skin.Terviews is our Instagram. You can also find us on Facebook.com/Skin.Terviews. Make sure to follow us on social media to catch our latest episode and see who's next on the show. If you have any questions you want to ask any of our experts, please make sure to message us. And if there's somebody you would nominate to be on our show, make sure to let us know, and we will try to get them on here. Thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful evening, day, depending on when you're watching. We'll see you soon. Take care.